Okay, there's a woman up here in front row, and I'm going to do 1, 2, so we don't have to stop between. This woman right here in the black and white will be second.
Diva Velez of the Diva Review. Thank you so much for this required viewing. That's so entertaining. There's a line early on in the film that just struck me. We got two faces. One is ours, and one we show the white people. And it's one of the lines that I feel is parallel to today. And I wondered, for anyone who would like to answer, if that is parallel to your experience as someone who has strived and achieved success in a white-dominated business, and how do we get past that point?
Well, this is the face that we show to white people.
Do the other one, Frank.
I wrote that in the New York Times. I talk about that in the New York Times piece that I did about me, the two faces of the African American. And I think that when we bring it to light here, it was important for me because I think that as I grew in Hollywood, I had to put on a face. I had to talk with a certain diction. I had to be a certain way. I had to dress a certain way. I had to sort of present myself in a certain light so that I could get ahead. And it wasn't until I found myself that I was able to, and be myself, that I could present that, and Obama was elected, that I was able to be me, and the two faces met.
I don't feel that at all. I feel that I have made a living being myself. When I was 19 years old, I interviewed Jesse Jackson as a young reporter in Nashville, Tennessee, and he said to me then, one of your gifts is being able to be yourself on TV. So when I moved to Chicago and I was up against the then, quote, quote, king of talk, my boss at the time called me in the office and said, listen, we know you'll never be able to beat him, so just go on the air and be yourself. So I have made, a career out of my own authenticity. I don't have one face that I present to the white world or the black world or I talk to my dogs the same way I'm speaking right now. So it's always been the same for me. And I say that with great pride and homage and honor to the people who were the generation before me. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be in this movie. It is because of, I am the daughter of a maid, and my grandmother was a maid, and her mother was a maid, and her mother was a slave. So the domestic worker and the speech that Dr. King gives to my son in the movie, I feel validated by their courage. I feel validated by the war that the Butler and his entire generation fought in their own way. And the fact that there's another generation of freedom writers and freedom fighters and who because of evolution and growth and change, decided we're not going to do that anymore. I think that was also necessary. So both wars were necessary for the time. But there was a wonderful poem by Paul Laurence Dunbar called "We Wear the Masks That Bend and Break," those of you who know that, that I learned as a little girl, but because of the courage, because of the conviction of an entire generation whose shoulders we all stand on, I never had to do it.
Well, that's the reason why you're Oprah Winfrey, because unfortunately many of the people that I know and what I've had to experience have had to do that.
Yeah, and obviously you would as a
As a black man,
as
I've
a
had
black
to do it.
man.